waning days of the United States of America, none of us care. You can check my recording, my live recording of the individual in the lien department at the bank. You can check my recording today with my own psychiatrist, whom I've worked with for, 3 years. I ask him a simple question, human to human. I say, look, you have an authority position. You have an authority position. You're making judgments. You're making judgments, Dr. Corin Grotto, that affect the mental health of humans. You have an MD degree, medical doctor. That means you have a duty to warn. The highest principle of judgment in the United States of America is psychosis. As I'm speaking now. And a professional psychiatrist has the audacity, the absent-mindedness, the stupidity, the ignorance, the illiteracy to get on the phone with me and play dumb. As though they don't have a responsibility at this stage simply to remove psychosis as the highest principle of judgment in this country. Post haste. Yesterday. This is the very worst thing that's happening as we speak, as we breathe. That we don't remove him every single second of the day, that we don't remove him. We tacitly, implicitly, objectively, de facto, we suggest that this country is psychotic. And that its principle of judgment and the entire genealogy thereof has contributed to mass psychosis and incoherence. We will have proved Karl Marx right, and nobody cares. Dimitri, well, what are we supposed to do? For starters, follow my examples. The names that I mention in my videos are vast, several hundred names. Start there. professors, history professors, tastemakers of the academic world, with absolutely no response, zero, nothing. Now we have a Western tradition, I guess maybe I should say had, in the tradition of the so-called Western civilization that Marco Rubio thinks that he likes so much. Tradition to you? Do you believe in the Western tradition? Everybody is waiting for exemplars, role models to lead the way and stick their neck out, because we have a paucity of such individuals in the United States. And we need to engage high velocity political activism, high velocity political participation. We need to pay attention to one another, and we need to discuss the thing itself. In other words, not skirt the issue. We have problems with that in this country. We avoid the issue like the plague, whatever the issue is. subject. We don't allow conversation really to go anywhere constructive. It either ends in disaster, or we do our best to completely avoid the subject matter. With the position of authority now in the United States should make their authority sing. If you hold a position of authority, meaning that you have, for example, a household, you run a household, you have children, you hold a job, you own a business, anybody in a position of authority now, we need to raise hell. It doesn't matter how you do it, but the whole point is that you cannot let your mind deviate from the task at hand, which is what? First and foremost, to get rid of Donald Trump, period. That is the most immediate and necessary goal. Everything else, your family, your children, your job, your salary, it's all a moot question now. Because if we cannot salvage any non-psychosis from this psychosis, not only will we be discredited on in the international scale in a matter of weeks or months, we will be shunned. We will be shunned, discredited, and discounted as insane, as a post-decadent society, as the exact fulfillment of the Marxian prognostication. Bravo, USA, bravo. And so you're worried, dear Hillary, that I'm pausing too much? In my exposition? What are you worried about? What's the alternative? What's the alternative than making mental effort? Or to making mental effort? And their privileges, and you're not willing to risk, like I so boldly was willing to risk the other day, tearing up not one but two $20 bills. Yes, I sacrificed two $20 bills show how irreverent I am and how much I'm willing to sacrifice for freedom and liberty and all that stuff that I heard them talking about. I'm willing to sacrifice what? Well, I think that the sacrifice has already been made, actually, because the dollar is collapsing. So liquidity is wiped out, and then whatever exists in the way of property, then we have it. We already had our property anyway. It's only the liquidity fetishists like Donald Trump, Jeffrey Epstein, liquidity fetishists who are basically just trying to game the system. Let the currency collapse. What's left is property. Property and institutions, families, friendships, social relations. Those are left. Let the banks collapse. Let the currency collapse. Communities, institutions, businesses, they'll remain intact. You think anything will change with the business? No. American business, go ask any CEO. American business can run on bottle caps, box tops. I mean, it can probably run on Facebook likes. Who knows? Capitalists are ingenuitive. Creative. Fuck the dollar. Fuck the currency. Institutions, family, friends, community. Fuck the Epstein class. Fuck the bank.